What if I told you that you could wake up tomorrow feeling stronger, genuinely stronger, without choking down another one of those chalky, gritty protein shakes? Have you ever wondered why your muscles still feel weak and sore, even though you are so careful to eat enough protein? You follow the advice, you eat the chicken breast, the eggs, the beans, but the results just aren't showing up. Or maybe you've noticed why your workouts, whether it's a brisk walk, a gentle yoga class, or some light resistance training, just don't seem to stick the way they did in your 20s or 30s. You put in the effort, you feel the burn, but the lasting strength, that solid, reliable feeling in your body, seems to fade away so quickly. It's a frustrating cycle, isn't it? You finish a walk or a session with your resistance bands, you eat a healthy dinner, you go to bed hoping for repair, and you wake up feeling pretty much the same. You feel those tight hips when you first get out of bed, that weak grip when you try to open a jar of pickles, those sore knees that complain when you take the stairs. It's a quiet frustration that can make you feel like your body is working against you. But I want you to listen closely, because tonight you are going to learn about the one humble food that fundamentally turns your body's night shift repair crew back on. This isn't about adding more protein, it's about making the protein you already eat actually work for you. And no, it's not a shake, it's not another pill to add to your collection, and it's not some trendy, expensive powder you have to order online. This is something your grandmother probably had simmering on her stove every single week. It's a food that quietly and powerfully builds muscle, protects your joints from the inside out, and helps keep your strength feeling decades younger than your driver's license says you are. It's not about eating more, it's about activating the repair systems you already have. In a moment, I'm going to show you the 2 overlooked vitamins that are the key to unlocking this whole process. This video is for you if you're a woman over 50 who is tired of feeling like your strength is slipping away no matter what you try. It's for you if you want to feel that satisfying, solid strength in your body again. Comment ready right now if you want tomorrow's body to feel stronger, more capable, and more resilient than today's. Here's a truth that surprises most women I talk to. Your muscles aren't actually built when you're in the gym or out on your walk or in that Pilates class. They are built afterward, and especially while you are sound asleep at night. This is a fundamental shift in thinking that changes everything. During exercise, you aren't building muscle. You are strategically breaking down your muscle fibers. You are creating tiny, microscopic tears in the muscle tissue. That's what it means to work them. The real magic, the part where you get stronger, happens hours later when your body goes into repair mode and rebuilds those tiny tears, making the muscle fibers thicker and stronger than they were before. Think of your body like a construction site for a moment. Your daytime workouts are the demolition crew. They come in with purpose, they tear down the old weak walls to make way for something new and better. It's a necessary process. But at night, when you are resting, that's when the real builders are supposed to come in. The night shift crew arrives with all the materials to not just replace the old walls, but to build stronger, more reinforced structures. But here's the problem. What happens if the right materials never get delivered to the job site? What if the builders show up, but they don't have the mortar, the rebar, or the right kind of bricks? The site just sits there unfinished. The demolition happened, but the rebuilding never starts. You wake up the next morning with the debris of the old walls still lying around, feeling sore and weak, and the new, stronger structure is nowhere in sight. This is exactly what happens in your body when you're missing a key ingredient for repair. Let's address a huge myth here. The myth is that protein shakes build muscle. The fact is that protein is just one ingredient. It's an important one, for sure. Protein provides the bricks for our construction site analogy, but without the right kind of repair fuel, without the mortar and the scaffolding to hold those bricks in place, much of that expensive protein you're consuming goes unused. It either gets burned for immediate energy, or worse, gets stored in ways you don't want. It never becomes the strong, lean muscle you're working so hard to create. Here is the biological catch that is so critical for women over 50 to understand. As we move past 50, our body's collagen matrix begins to weaken. Think of this collagen matrix as the scaffolding that all of your muscle fibers attach to. It's the framework that gives your muscles their structure and resilience. At the same time, the hormonal shifts that come with this stage of life, particularly the decrease in estrogen, reduce your body's natural ability to synthesize connective tissue. This means the very foundation your muscles are built upon is becoming less stable. Without that strong, flexible anchor for your muscles to hold onto, they simply cannot rebuild fully. It doesn't matter how many protein shakes you drink or how much chicken you eat. If the scaffolding is weak, the bricks have nothing to adhere to. The muscle fibers can't weave themselves together properly to become stronger. So what is the real missing piece of the puzzle? It's the one food that rebuilds that crucial scaffolding. It's the one food that contains the specific building blocks to make every single gram of protein you eat actually stick and do its job. Your muscles are not built in the gym, they are built at night. And after 50, that scaffolding your muscles rely on weakens significantly. Protein alone isn't enough to fix it. Have you noticed that your workouts just don't seem to stick the way they used to? That feeling of your strength being temporary? Comment yes below if that's something you've experienced. You are not alone in this, and there is a very real biological reason for it. Let's just bust this big myth once and for all, because it is holding so many women back from feeling their best. Most women over 50 are given the same tired advice: just eat more protein. So you do. You add the shakes, the bars, the powders. You diligently track your intake. And yes, protein is absolutely crucial for muscle maintenance and growth. I am not here to tell you to stop eating protein, but here is what almost no one explains, and it is the entire key to this situation. If your connective tissue is weak, your body cannot use protein efficiently to form new muscle. It's like trying to build a brick wall on a foundation of sand. The bricks are there, but they have nothing to bind to. They just tumble down. Secondly, if your body's overall repair environment is poor, meaning it's full of inflammation or lacks other key nutrients, that protein you're eating gets diverted. Instead of being used for rebuilding your strength, it gets burned as simple fuel for immediate energy needs. Your body is in a state of crisis management, just trying to get through the day, instead of a state of long-term investment in your strength. Let's go back to our construction site. It's like buying the most expensive, high-quality bricks for your new house. You have pallets and pallets of them delivered, but your foundation, that concrete slab the house is built on, is cracked and crumbling. Your connective tissue is that foundation. You can keep trying to stack the bricks, but the walls keep falling over. And what do most people do? They blame the bricks. They think, I must need even more protein, or maybe this brand of protein powder isn't working. They never think to look at the foundation itself. The silent culprit here, the reason for that cracked foundation, is collagen degradation. This is not something you're imagining. It is a well-documented physiological process. After menopause, your body's natural collagen production can drop by a staggering 30% in just the first 5 years. That is a massive change in a very short amount of time. What does that feel like in your day-to-day life? It feels like weaker tendons that are more prone to little aches and strains. It feels like slower repair, where a workout that used to leave you feeling good the next day now leaves you sore for 3. And ultimately, it means less muscle growth, because the very framework for that growth is compromised. This isn't just a theory, it's backed by solid research. A 2022 study published in the scientific journal Nutrients looked directly at this issue. The researchers found that when they gave collagen supplementation to post-menopausal women who were also doing resistance training, those women increased their muscle mass and strength significantly more than the women who were just taking a protein supplement alone. The collagen was the missing link. It fixed the foundation, so the protein could finally do its job. So please hear me when I say this. If the protein shakes and the high-protein diets haven't been working for you, it is not your fault. You weren't doing anything wrong. You were just given incomplete information. Protein shakes were never designed to work alone in a body that is also dealing with age-related collagen loss. They were only ever one part of the equation. To truly build strength that lasts, you have to fix the foundation first, not just keep adding more fuel. Protein does not equal muscle if you don't have the collagen to support it. After 50, your body's repair crew naturally slows down. The solution isn't to whip them harder, it's to give them the right tools and materials to do their job properly. So let's meet your new best friend for building and maintaining strength after 50. It's time to reveal the ally that has been overlooked for far too long. It is simple, it is affordable, and it is incredibly effective. It is collagen-rich bone broth. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Bone broth, isn't that just soup? Isn't that something you drink when you have a cold? That's what most people think. And it's a huge misunderstanding of what this powerful food really does for your body, especially your muscles. Here's what's actually happening when you incorporate real high-quality bone broth into your routine. First, it provides your body with highly bioavailable collagen. This means the collagen is in a form that your body can easily absorb and use immediately. This is the very same glue that holds your muscle fibers to your bones. It reinforces the entire structure, making it more resilient. Second, bone broth delivers two very special amino acids in abundance, glycine and proline. These aren't as famous as some of the other amino acids, but they are critically important. Glycine and proline act as powerful signaling molecules in your body. They essentially send a message to your cells that says it's time to repair, start the rebuilding process now. They are the foremen on our construction site, shouting out the orders to get the work done. Third, bone broth directly supports the health of your tendons and ligaments. As we build muscle, we also need the connective tissues that attach those muscles to our bones to be strong and flexible. Weak tendons are a recipe for injury. By nourishing them with the building blocks found in bone broth, you dramatically reduce your risk of injury as you get stronger, creating a body that is not just strong but also safe and stable. Let's paint a picture. Imagine you've finished your afternoon walk or your light resistance band workout. An hour or so before you go to bed, you gently warm a mug of savory bone broth. You sit down in a quiet spot and sip it slowly. It's warm, it's comforting. As you sleep, your body gets to work. That collagen you just consumed is broken down and sent directly to the places that need it most: your joints, your tendons, and the scaffolding around your muscle fibers. Overnight, that collagen is woven into your tissues, becoming new, strong scaffolding. Your joints feel more cushioned and less creaky. Your legs feel sturdier as you walk down the stairs. Your grip feels stronger when you pick up the kettle. That is the feeling of true, deep repair. Why does this matter so much? Because collagen is like the rebar in concrete. You can pour a slab of concrete, but without the steel rebar reinforcing it from within, it's brittle and will crack under pressure. Protein is the concrete, and collagen is the rebar. It reinforces your muscle tissue from the inside out. Without it, your muscles are like walls built without a wooden frame. They might look okay, but they are flimsy and easily damaged. Now, a quick but important note here. If you have any pre-existing kidney issues, or if your doctor has specifically put you on a low-protein diet for any reason, it's always a good idea to consult with them before you start adding concentrated collagen-rich foods like bone broth into your daily routine. For most people, it's incredibly safe and beneficial, but it's always best to be sure. Let's just run through the checklist of what this one simple food can do for women over 50. It helps build stronger connective tissue. It leads to less morning stiffness. It promotes faster post-workout recovery, and it contributes to better grip strength and better balance. Collagen is the anchor for your muscles. Bone broth rebuilds that essential scaffolding. Stronger fibers mean a stronger, more capable you. But there is another piece to this puzzle, and this is where the magic really gets amplified. Here's the twist that makes the whole system work. Collagen, even the high-quality collagen from bone broth, can't do its job properly without its essential spark plug. And that spark is vitamin C. Most of us think of vitamin C as the thing we take to ward off a cold. We associate it with our immune system, and it is certainly important for that. But its role in building a strong body is just as critical, and almost completely overlooked. Here is what the science clearly shows us. First and foremost, vitamin C is absolutely essential for collagen synthesis. Your body cannot assemble collagen molecules without it. You can consume collagen in the world, but if you are low in vitamin C, your body is antioxidant. This is important because exercise, even gentle exercise, creates something called oxidative stress in your muscles. This is a natural byproduct of the work you're doing, but too much of it can slow down muscle repair. Vitamin C comes in and helps clean up this oxidative stress, creating a much better environment for your muscles to heal and rebuild. And third, vitamin C helps to reduce inflammation. After a workout, there's a natural inflammatory response as your body begins the repair process. But chronic, low-grade inflammation, which is common as we get older, can interfere with that process. Vitamin C helps to keep that inflammation in check, allowing the recovery to happen more efficiently. Let's create another mini scene. All you have to do is add a generous squeeze of fresh lemon juice into your evening cup of warm bone broth. That's it. Or, if you prefer, eat a few slices of raw red bell pepper with your dinner. Red bell peppers are one of the richest sources of vitamin C you can find. Then, you go to sleep. Overnight, that vitamin C you just consumed acts like a key in an ignition. It travels to your cells and flips the on switch for collagen building. It empowers the construction crew to get to work. Let's think about the synergy here, because this is where the real power lies. Collagen provides the bricks and the scaffolding for our building project. Vitamin C is the construction crew, the skilled labor that assembles everything correctly. When you have both of them working together, you rebuild your strength from the ground up, creating a structure that is solid, resilient, and built to last. And again, this isn't just a nice idea, it's supported by clinical evidence. One clinical trial specifically looked at women over 50 and their vitamin C intake. The results were clear. The women who had higher levels of vitamin C in their diet also had significantly greater muscle mass and better strength retention as they aged. It was a direct, measurable link. The two things work in partnership. Collagen needs vitamin C. It is the spark that builds muscle. Together they turn your body's natural repair system back on. It's a simple, powerful combination that your body has been waiting for. Now we come to the final critical piece of the strategy, timing. Timing is everything. When it comes to rebuilding your body, night is your secret weapon. This isn't about convenience. It's about aligning with your body's deep, innate biological rhythms. Here's exactly why consuming your collagen and vitamin C in the evening is so incredibly effective. First, your body's production of human growth hormone, or HGH, naturally peaks at night, especially during the first few hours of deep sleep. HGH is your body's master repair signal. It's the general contractor of our construction site, giving the orders for everything to be rebuilt and restored. By providing your body with the raw materials of collagen and vitamin C just before this peak occurs, you are essentially giving the construction crew everything they need right as the boss walks onto the job site. The timing is perfect. Second, inflammation naturally tends to lower during deep sleep. Your body shifts from its active daytime mode into a state of rest and repair. This lower inflammatory environment is the ideal condition for rebuilding sensitive tissues like muscles and connective tissue. It's like trying to build our house during a calm, quiet night versus trying to build it in the middle of a hurricane. The calm of the night allows the work to proceed smoothly and efficiently. Third, your digestive pace naturally slows down at night. This might sound like a bad thing, but it's actually a huge advantage here. During the day, your body is focused on quickly digesting food for immediate energy. At night, the slower pace allows for a more thorough absorption of nutrients, specifically the amino acids and vitamins needed for deep systemic repair. Your body has the time to carefully extract every last good thing from that bone broth and put it to use where it's needed most. Let's walk through the timeline of a perfect repair day. You do a resistance band session at 5 p.m., just a simple 20-minute routine to create the stimulus for growth. Then at around 8:30 p.m., an hour or so before bed, you gently warm and sip your cup of bone broth with a fresh squeeze of lemon. You go to bed at your usual time. You sleep. What happens in the morning? You get out of bed and your legs feel steady and strong on the stairs. You go to the kitchen to make coffee and you open a new jar of jam easily without that familiar struggle. That is the feeling of real repair in action. It's subtle at first, but it is profound. This brings us to another myth versus fact. The myth is that it doesn't matter when you eat collagen. The fact is that evening use aligns perfectly with your body's natural built-in repair rhythm. You are working with your biology, not against it. One more quick safety note. If you suffer from acid reflux or have other digestive issues that are aggravated by eating close to bed, you might want to have your broth a little earlier in the evening, say 2 or 3 hours before you lie down. You'll still get the amazing benefits. The key is to find the timing that works best for your individual body. Night is your repair time. The goal is to sync with your body's clock. An evening cup of broth can lead to morning strength. Okay, let's make this real. Enough with the theory. Here is your simple, practical 3-step nightly strength protocol. This is something you can start doing tonight. First is the stimulus. Sometime in the afternoon or early evening, do some form of light resistance work. This does not have to be an intense, sweaty gym session. A 15 to 20-minute walk, some gentle work with resistance bands, or even just some simple bodyweight exercises like squats and wall push-ups are perfect. The goal is just to send the signal to your muscles that they need to adapt and get stronger. Second is the fuel. About 1 hour before you plan to go to bed, have 1 cup of warm, high-quality bone broth. Make sure you add your vitamin C spark. A good squeeze of fresh lemon juice is perfect. Or remember, you could have a slice of red bell pepper with your dinner earlier. And the third step is the recovery. This is just as important. Create a restful environment. Make your room cool, dark, and quiet. Try to go to bed at a consistent time each night to support your body's natural circadian rhythm. That's it. That's the entire protocol. Now, I want you to try this for 30 days. Commit to this simple ritual for 1 month and just observe what happens. Keep a little notebook by your bed and track the changes. Watch for things like reduced morning stiffness. Notice if your post-exercise recovery feels quicker. Pay attention to your grip strength when you're carrying groceries or opening jars. See if your joints, particularly your knees and hips, feel more stable and cushioned as you move through your day. This is your personal experiment in rebuilding your strength from the inside out. I want you to do something for me right now. Type DA1 in the comments below if you are committing to starting your 30-day Stronger Body Challenge tonight. Making this public declaration makes you accountable and connects you with everyone else here who is starting this journey with you. Let's imagine how this could unfold for you. On day 1, you might wake up and still feel a bit sore. That's normal. Change doesn't happen overnight. But then around day 10, you notice something. Climbing that flight of stairs to your bedroom feels just a little bit easier. You're not as winded at the top. Your legs feel more powerful. Then we get to day 30. You come home from the grocery store and you realize you carried all the bags in from the car in one trip without even thinking about it. You didn't have to pause because your hands were aching. You just did it. That is how slow, consistent, intelligent repair turns into real, lasting, functional strength. You don't need more shakes. You don't need more complicated workout routines. You need smarter building blocks and the right timing. Because building strength after 50 isn't about doing more. It is about doing what works in harmony with your unique female biology. You can start tonight. You can be stronger by sunrise. I truly believe that your best, strongest, most capable years are still ahead of you. Thank you for spending this time with me. Subscribe for more simple science-backed ways to feel amazing in your body at every age.